Welcome to Mindful Moments with me, Dr. Evelyn Davis. In this episode of Mindful Moments, I will be exploring how big emotions rise and fall like waves. From the progress and the challenges of the WNBA and the weight of public debates and media narratives, I'll reflect on ways to stay grounded, protect your mental health, and respond with mindfulness. Hello, and welcome back to Mindful Moments with Dr. Evelyn Davis. I'm so glad that you are here and just ready to join in this conversation with me. I don't know about you, but sometimes the world can feel pretty heavy. With so much noise surrounding us every day, it's important for us to build skills that help us stay grounded and strengthen our faith so that we can hold on to hope. In today's episode, I want to talk about how big emotions show up in everyday life and in current events, and also what we've learned about writing them out in healthy ways. So, first topic of discussion is WNBA. Waves of pride and progress is what I see in this. Just to be honest, I've just really enjoyed watching the WNBA season this year with all of all of the teams, the expansion teams, the teams that are going to be coming. Like, it's just been super exciting for me. So much that I know I have gotten on my husband's nerve by watching the games, but I love it. As you also know, like it has just been growing tremendously over the last few years, bringing waves of excitement, pride, all of those things. So shout out to the women's NCAA basketball, because over the past couple of years, NCAA basketball has just translated so well to the WNBA. It's brought new faces, and it brought new exposure, new opportunities, all of that. But with this increased exposure, it's helped the world to kind of see women's sports as more than just competition or just a league that is connected to the NBA. It has shown belonging. It has demanded visibility. These women constantly are breaking barriers. As some of you may know, those who actually watch the WNBA, Asia Wilson just got her fourth MVP. People like Alyssa Thomas have been breaking records for triple doubles. We have rebound queen herself, Angel Reese, taking the league by storm. We also have players like Caitlin Clark that have had phenomenal rookie years. But also, when we're talking about highs and lows, have had some ups and downs when it comes from going into that second year. But all in all, like, the league has been great. Like, we've had breakout teams like the Valkyries, the first expansion team to make it in the playoffs. Like, wow. It's just been amazing just to see all of it. Like, I have definitely loved every bit. At the time of the recording of this episode, though, we have the semifinals going on, and spoiler alert, Phoenix just knocked out Minnesota, and the Aces and the Fever are going to game 5. Like, that is amazing. Like, all of those things are amazing. And these are also things that have always been at the heart of these women's game. I'm so happy and glad to see progress. I'm seeing the joy of the fans, the passions of the athletes, and the way representation has been going. It definitely is starting to inspire or continues to inspire the next generation, because we've had a lot of women that have been in this league for years that have inspiring players like Neka Gumake. Like, you have all of these players that continue to just inspire younger generations. But of course, there are challenges that come, like pay equality or pay equity, and visibility compared to men's sports. But the wave of change is powerful, and I hope that what they're doing this year, and years to come, helps it to keep it going in the right direction. Like, can't wait for Unrivaled and AU basketball season in the off season. They truly deserve this exposure and increase. Hashtag pay them what you owe. But with the progress also comes pushback. We have players like Angel Reese, among many others, who have been the target of online hate and even racist comments. And this is where mental health becomes so important, because these athletes, like all of us, are immune to the weight of negativity. And the comments that we see online have been truly harmful to them and affected them emotionally. Like, these are real women. Like, they're not just pawns, or, they're entertainers, but at the end of it, they are women that are going to work every day, that don't deserve to be privy to just negativity. Like, how would you like it if somebody showed up at your job throwing inanimate objects that don't belong on courts, and when a favorite player gets hurt, they automatically start to think that these women are jealous and trying to attack, when they're just trying to play their game. Like, they've been playing the game before the new wave of fans came in there, and they just want to continue to do that. And personally, I have to check myself as well to make sure that I don't add to the dehumanization of these athletes. And I feel like social media platforms like Threads and Instagram have played a big role in this. You're close to the athletes. These social media platforms have given players and other public figures more direct access to fans, and vice versa. And this can be a good thing, because you get to interact with them and you get to see them as real people. But it also comes with a layer of negativity, unfortunately. But with that, on a lighter side, it also helps them to engage, respond, and then amplify positive voices as well on these platforms. So that is a good thing about it. Beyond sports, though, we have also seen other moments stir up big emotions in our country, like the boycotts of major companies over pulling DEI programs, tragic losses that have been displayed on just media circuits, particularly school shootings. I don't even know how to fathom why those continue to occur, but they do in this country. And I'm sure those bring up feelings for me, and I hope they bring up feelings for you, because they're tragic. And then we also have endless debates on political topics, and also false narratives that continue to move throughout the media And honestly, sometimes it's hard to even tell what's true anymore. These events and things cause waves of confusion, frustration, and division. What I often reflect on is not just the events themselves, but how quickly they can be used to spread negativity or deepen divides. And that's where mindfulness comes in. Being mindful of political climates and rhetoric is important because our beliefs are often shaped by the media that we consume. It's just the truth. We are influenced by what we put in. And sometimes it's hard to know what's true and what's being bent to fit a narrative. And that's why I always encourage people to do their own research and not just take everything at face value. The information that we take in influences the way we think. And that also influences how we feel. And when those feelings pile up, it can start to feel like a tsunami overtaking us. Both the WNBA and also the other events, they remind us that big change always brings big feelings, whether it be excitement, pride, frustration, fear, even hate. Hope is also in there. And just like waves, emotions, they rise, they peak, and they eventually fall. I feel like we're at a peak, though, especially when it comes to the country stuff. This is definitely a peak. But while we're in that peak, that I just want us to continue to just be mindful, continue to focus on what we have control of. There are so many emotions that people are carrying right now, whether it is the anxiety of food rising or gas prices, or even the joy of spending time with family and friends. Like, those are part of the emotions that we experience too. They're present in all that we do. And sometimes those can become overwhelming, especially the more quote unquote negative ones. But not all emotions are bad. Being angry is not necessarily a bad thing. It's what you do with it. Because I can be angry about things that I feel are injustices of this country, but I can take that emotion and channel it to something positive, something that can help make the situation better. And I know also with everything that's going on, people are experiencing emotions personally, not necessarily letting it be something that the whole world has experienced, but some people are hurting right now. Some people are fighting depression and anxiety. There are people out there that are losing hope, for losing their faith in God based on what is happening in the world today. And if you know someone who is experiencing those emotions and starting to feel overwhelmed with them, encourage them to find a support system, whether that be a therapist, whether that be talking to family or friends. If it becomes too deep, go find that therapist though. But the thing is that we don't have to always fight the waves. We can ride them. We can let our emotions move through us, without letting them pull us under. And we can choose how to use our voices in ways that bring people together rather than pushing them apart. I just want you to reflect on that. The fact that our voices matter and that they can bring people together rather than pushing them apart. Before I close, I just want to say I would love to hear from you guys, because I know that right now it's just me on here, but I want to hear from you what you've noticed in your own life or even in the world around you. Tell me, what waves are you riding when it comes to big emotions? You can share your thoughts under this episode or on my Facebook page, which is 413 CS. And please remember to keep them respectful, because all are welcome in this place, even people of opposing views. I would like to thank you so much for joining me today on Mindful Moments with Dr. Evelyn Davis. That's me. And if this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to subscribe, share, or leave a review. And if you like a simple tool to steady yourself when emotions feel overwhelming, check out my mini episode on wave breathing. It's available on this podcast, but also on YouTube if you just want the visual. On there, I'll guide you through a mindfulness practice that you can return to anytime. Until next time, keep practicing and stay mindful. Thanks again for joining me today on Mindful Moments with Dr. Evelyn Davis. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to subscribe, share, or leave a review. You can find this podcast and past podcast episodes on Podbean. You can also listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Be sure to follow so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you find this helpful, share it with a friend.